What's up, Internet? Welcome to Once Over. I'm Kaylee, and today we're giving the once over to Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Did you see the way those guys looked at us?
We have had a doozy of a day.
It's payback time, hillbilly.
We have got to hide all of the sharp objects.
There will be spoilers.
Give it a good once-over.
Giving us the once-over.
Giving him the once-over.
Give me a once-over.
Down to give us the once-over.
For a routine once-over.
Once-over.
Oh, just once over lightly.
Imagine if every college kid in a horror movie had the observational skills of a potato and every hillbilly killer was actually just a sweet guy trying to fix his vacation home. That is Tucker and Dale versus Evil in a nutshell. Instead of a standard slasher, it is a comedy of misunderstandings. Rednecks Tucker and Dale just want to have beer, fried food, and to go fishing, while the clueless college kids accidentally hurl themselves into wood chippers and impale themselves on tree branches, and they just turn the whole weekend into a dang bloodbath. Think Deliverance mixed with the Three Stooges and sponsored by Home Depot. Released in 2010 and directed by Eli Craig, who is probably Hollywood's weirdest nepo baby because he is Sally Field's son, the movie proves that horror isn't always what it seems. It's billed as a horror comedy, but to me it reads a lot more like a buddy comedy or even a rom-com than a slasher, but with power tools. From the start, the film zeroes in on the joke. We get a handheld camera, there's crime scene footage, and within the first 20 seconds of the movie, we get a kill. The whole thing is a total wink and nod to found footage horror, and this will not be the only nod to other horror films throughout this entire shim sham. I didn't know what words to say there. We get some very similar footage to Texas Chainsaw. There's an homage to Halloween. There's some pancakes at one point.
Oh, it's some pancakes. You hate pancakes. I'm gonna make you something else.
Which I feel like is a little bit of a nod to Cabin Fever.
Pancakes!
No pancakes.
And I've heard that when this girl gets doused in blood, that is supposed to be hey, remember Feast? Of course you do. It came out 5 years before this movie. I don't know if I believe that one. Cut to a group of walking cliché college kids heading into the Appalachian woods. They are frat brothers. They smoke pot. We got the bad driving. Don't forget the dumb bimbos. They almost collide with a truck that is owned by Tucker and Dale, our Joe Schmoes of the film. But instead of apologizing like normal people would, they assume that Tucker and Dale are murderous hillbillies. So how do the college kids handle this fear? Well, they scream.
We forgot the beer.
No! We know instantly that this movie is making fun of tropes, not necessarily reinforcing them. As the movie continues, let's cue another stereotype. Creepy gas station scene. Our frat bro leader of the college kids, Chad or Brad, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know his actual name because I don't care about him. He is a Chad in both spirit and name. He struts around being insufferable.
It kind of stinks.
Meanwhile, poor Dale, our little wonderful hillbilly Dale, oh, bless his heart, he tries to flirt with Allison, another one of the college kids.
Oh, hot dog, Tucker, have you ever seen anything like that in your life?
But she is the smart blonde, aka final girl material. When Dale struggles, Tucker, who is the more confident of the two hillbillies, tries to help him out and pump him up.
Whatever you say, just smile and laugh. That shows confidence.
Unfortunately, Dale decides to approach Allison with a scythe.
Going camping?
Imagine Michael Myers coming up to you being like, hey ladies. Yeah, it does not end well for him. So we have the group of college kids and a couple of rednecks, and we all know the stereotypes about what is going to happen in this comedy, but instead we are going to flip the script. Before we get more into the movie itself, let's break down these characters. First, we have Tucker. He is equal parts charming and accident prone. He's a sweetheart, but I feel like if I ever invited him to a barbecue, he would make me amazing ribs, but also cut off all of his fingers while doing so. Then we have Tucker's best friend, Dale. Dale is a teddy bear of a human being. He is just a teddy bear in overalls, adorable. He is sweet and shy and a little bit awkward. He's definitely a lot smarter than he thinks he is. He's basically our golden retriever of a man. Then we have a butt ton of college kids, but I'm just going to talk about the two main ones that we need to know about because let's be honest, mostly we're just offing these kids. The first one is Allie or Allison, and she is the only reasonable one of the group. She's also the only one who is smart enough to realize that, hey, maybe these guys aren't actually serial killers.
I'm getting my bachelor's degree in psychology.
Oh.
And then we have Chad or Brad or whatever I'm going to call him for the rest of this movie. It's probably going to be a combination of those two names. If I'm saying anything that sounds like that, I'm talking about him. Blue shirt weirdo. He is a toxic frat asshole. He's the guy who needs to tell the scary story at the campfire because he needs all of the attention on him. He bullies everyone. And also he has this tic where he's just constantly wheezing into an inhaler. I actually kind of like that as his character trait, but whatever.
My kind. No.
It also makes him look so menacing. You really could consider him to be the true monster of this movie, but we will get into that. I think if he's the monster of this movie, that means that the hero is chamomile tea. But again, we'll get into that. When Tucker and Dale finally arrive at their vacation home, it looks like every murder cabin that you have ever seen in a horror movie ever. There are piles of bones, there are creepy newspaper clippings, there's rusty saw blades. But do they panic? Nope. They just get excited about chili dogs.
Chubby's Chili Dog Depot. Buy 3, get 2 free, no expiration date.
All right.
Me too, guys. And that's the whole joke. Horror set dressings mean nothing to Tucker and Dale because they're just regular guys. The humor in these early sequences remind us that this is not just a horror film for the masses, but it's also a buddy comedy that everybody can really enjoy. When Tucker almost gets killed by the rickety old cabin, Dale saves him.
I guess we should fix that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You can get off of me now.
Meanwhile, the college kids arrive at their campsite and Chad tells the story of the Memorial Day massacre. Years ago, in these very woods, a mysterious killer offed a group of campers with only one survivor. I'm gonna be honest, they do a flashback here and it is disappointing as all fuck.
Hey man, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, put that back on.
No, this is cool, I like this.
It includes one of the few CGI moments in the film. Almost entirely this movie has practical effects. This is horrible CGI. Why would you put that in there? I understand that there's not a lot of CGI, but when I think about the kills from this film, it's this one and then the other CGI thing that happens.
Not the beast! Ah!
And you could have just done it as a practical effect. We all would have liked it better. It probably would have cost less money too. Actually, I don't know. That's pretty crappy. In 2010, that probably did not cost very much. The other CGI moment is when this bee lands on Mitchell, I think is his name, his nose. We'll get into that scene later. Now, the college kids aren't just telling spooky stories around a campfire. They're hitting all the marks, and next they're going skinny dipping.
Hey, there's a lake back there. Who wants to go skinny dipping?
I do. Let's go.
All right.
So, I'm not getting naked.
At the same time, Tucker and Dale go fishing, because that's what they like to do, and chaos collides when our heroes, Tucker and Dale, try to spy on Allie, which results in her falling off a cliff.
Tucker!
Oops. Tucker and Dale rescue her, but from the college kid's perspective, it looks like an abduction. We've got your friend!
We got your friend! Why the hell are they running away? Hey!
Which, yeah, sure. That kind of sounds exactly like it would sound like if Leatherface was verbal.
But it looked like one of the guys was, like, eating her face off.
And that misunderstanding snowballs into carnage.
I'll finish her off real quick and then we'll get back to work, okay? They're gonna kill her.
Tucker and Dale bring Allie back to their cabin, and she is very afraid of them at first.
Don't cry.
But she starts to realize that they saved her when all of her friends abandoned her.
It's some pancakes. You hate pancakes. I'm gonna make you something else.
Plus, yum, pancakes. The message of this film is clear. We shouldn't stereotype people. These hillbillies aren't the usual murderers we see in slasher films, but rather they're just nice guys trying to help.
It's just a cabin. It doesn't mean they're psycho killers.
Unfortunately, Tucker and Dale are very, very oblivious, and so they try to convince the college kids that they aren't crazy by doing things like leaving this message on a log. I would definitely be spooked. This is when the movie gets wacky in a good way. Allie's friends go on a rescue mission to try to save her, which results in a comedy of errors. Of deaths. This movie is basically a Looney Tunes slasher. When the first kid goes to rescue Allie, at the same time Tucker is chainsawing some wood because they're like fixing up their cabin, and he accidentally carves into a beehive, causing a serious attack, which results in Tucker running around like a madman with a chainsaw in hand. And the kid freaks out. He thinks he's being chased, so he tries to flee and then impales himself on a tree limb. This is the CGI B part. Practical effects. We like practical effects. I guess the point of the B is that, like, in his last moments, this dumb college kid is realizing that Tucker wasn't evil and his death was his own fault. Plus, Dale is still the nicest guy in the world.
Hey, how about I come over there and I pull those stingers out of your face and I'll help you with whatever you want.
On the next attempt to rescue Allie, another kid charges at Dale but accidentally trips, thereby impaling himself on a stake. You know, double impale back to back, maybe not my favorite thing in the world. I feel like we could have gotten a little bit more creative, but we will get to more creative kills very, very soon. Oh, and the reason that there's this big hole in the ground there is because Allie, who it turns out she's actually pretty country, she's like a good old I can dig a hole kind of gal. She is helping Dale dig a crap hole.
I'm digging a crapper hole. It's a hole. It's for the shit house, crap house.
Outhouse hole.
An outhouse hole.
But the kids think that Tucker and Dale are making her dig her own grave.
Dig your own grave and save.
The next kid who goes to rescue Allie, this one's gotta be the best one. We all know it, we all love it. He swan dives into a wood chipper. Yeah. Tucker's reaction to this? Pure panic.
You okay?
And of course he has to yank the mangled corpse back out of his wood chipper. Also, there's a great shot here of the prissiest chick, like getting doused in blood. That's the feast thing. This whole sequence is great. This just makes the movie, doesn't it? I saw this movie for the first time in theaters in 2010, and I was just like cackling. I thought this was the funniest thing in the world. It is a very clever wood chipper scene. Later, one of the college kids tries to take control of the situation. He's like, I'm gonna get Allie and I'm gonna do this. So he holds Tucker and Dale at gunpoint. But it turns out that he doesn't know how guns work. So Dale, trying to be helpful because he's a nice guy, reminds him that he needs to take the safety off.
Oh, you gotta take the safety off on the side there.
Which does not work out well for the kid because he shoots himself in the head.
Don't do it!
And let's not forget about the chick who gets weed whackered in the face while our favorite blonde bimbo is literally throwing alcohol onto a fire. Genius. Every single death is both horrifying and hilarious because it's always self-inflicted. Tucker and Dale don't kill a single person in this movie. The kids do it to themselves in a blind panic. And that is the cleverness of this film. It doesn't just parody horror, it flips the moral compass. The hillbillies are kind, innocent, and misunderstood, while the college kids are violent, judgmental, and tragically stupid. But we all know that, again, the real monster and the real evil of this movie is Brad. I'm gonna look it up at some point. Chad, who is revealed to be half hillbilly, is consumed by the hatred of his own roots.
It's true, Chad. You're half hillbilly.
Freud would have had a field day with this guy. And as the kids are offing themselves, Tucker and Dale are both traumatized.
Oh no!
Calm down, don't cry, calm down!
They theorize that the kids are here on some sort of weird suicide pact and that they also want to kill Allie. Luckily, the cops finally arrive. Now, we all know cops in horror movies are the best cops in the world, right? Well, they pull up right as Tucker and Dale are dragging the dead body covered in blood from the wood chipper, and the college kids are like, it was them! Tucker tries to explain what happened.
We have had a doozy of a day.
A real doozy.
When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these kids started killing themselves all over my property.
Yeah, this one right here, he dove head first right into the wood chipper. In the woody right back there.
But we were scared shitless.
Unfortunately, Allie can't vouch for them.
She can maybe explain the whole thing if I hadn't have knocked her unconscious with a shovel on accident.
But it's pretty obvious that Tucker and Dale look very guilty in this moment, so the cop, instead of arresting them, for some reason follows them into their murder cabin.
Why doesn't he fucking arrest them?
Wow, that's a great question.
Why are cops always so dumb in horror movies and also mostly in real life also? Sorry, I love you. Don't arrest me. And unfortunately, the cop gets knocked in the head by one of the loose beams that is like full of nails. So now he's gone.
He's gonna be fine.
And the college kids have to take things back into their own hands, so they kidnap Dale's dog.
If you kill my dog, I swear to God, I'll get really mad.
But luckily, Tucker and Dale have finally grown a pair, and they get a compressed nail gun.
Hey, college kids! You want some of this?
Yeah, that's how nail guns work. That's not the correct motion to be doing for a nail gun. Regardless, Tucker goes on a rescue mission to get the dog, while Dale stays behind and distracts the kids. There's a big old shootout. Just as Tucker does rescue the dog, don't worry, the dog is fine, the college kids notice him and chase him through the woods. They string him up and we get this like really cool like upside down shot of like where we're seeing through his eyes. I really, really love that shot. It's another standout moment in this film for me. So now Tucker is off and hung up, and Dale is back at the cabin with Allie, and she finally wakes up from her unconsciousness. So Dale has to explain to her what happened.
Yeah, first I thought they were trying to kill you, and then they started killing themselves. And then they tried to kill us. And now they're going after my dog.
He's a very sensitive boy. Allie explains what's really going on, and this is the first time that Dale realizes that at some point, even Allie had misjudged him.
We just thought that you looked a little creepy.
I was nervous. I don't know how to talk to girls. And
No, Dale, I know that now, but we didn't then.
You thought that I looked like some kind of freak.
We misjudged you, Dale.
She thought the worst of him. So Dale gets kind of pissed off at her, but mostly he needs to go off and help his buddy Tucker. When Dale finally finds Tucker, it's a trap.
It's a trap. What?
But luckily they're reunited.
I want that, please. Oh, God. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad I'm not hung like a bear.
At this point, Allie has reunited with her gang of college kids, and she is desperately trying to explain to them that the whole blood-soaked mess is just one big misunderstanding. But Brad is not hearing it. He is ready to burn down Tucker and Dale's vacation home like he is auditioning for Villain of the Year. He's such a jerk. I hate him. Chad starts to think that Allie has developed the feels for Dale, and he gets extra pissed off about that. So he ties her up like he's Snidely Whiplash, and she is tied up on a railroad tracks, but really this is like a saw blade. So if he turns on the thingy, then she's gonna get, I don't know, sawed in half is what's gonna happen. Is very terrifying. And just to crank the ick factor all the way up to 11, he gives her a kiss. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's another horror movie reference. There's a lot of face licking in pretty much every Nightmare on Elm Street. I hate it. Gross. But just when all hope seems to be lost, Dale bursts in like the conquering hero that he is, and somehow Allie convinces everyone to have a calm chat over tea.
How about I make some tea and we all sit and talk this out?
Oh, and I completely forgot to mention that when the kids previously captured Tucker, they cut off his fingers. So naturally, he gets to deliver this gem of a line.
I'll provide the finger sandwiches.
Comedy gold.
Oh, my God. They cut off his bowling fingers.
Then Chad goes full trauma dump mode, and he explains that his parents were actually victims of the Hillbilly Massacre, the Memorial Day Massacre that had happened years ago, and his mom was the only survivor, and his dad didn't make it, and he clearly just did not want to talk to a therapist about this, but wanted to murder everybody? I don't know. Again, Freud would have a great time with this one.
It's true, Chad. You're half hillbilly.
At this point, with all the rescue attempts, everything is going completely crazy. Everything's wacky and wild. There's now an open fire. People are throwing alcohol into it. There's the weed whacker that I mentioned earlier. And the cabin predictably explodes, which is amazing. But Allie, Tucker, and Dale all escape at the very last second. Of course, Chad emerges through the flames like a true horror villain, stronger and crazier than ever. As our three heroes flee from the horrifying Chad, Dale drives away but gets distracted and promptly crashes. Brad starts talking through an intercom and revs up the saw, threatening to slice Allie in two. But Dale, in a heroic act of dumb luck, hurls an axe which cuts her free. It's very good aim. And the two dudes have an all-out death match with every single tool in the barn. Watching our sweet, goofy Dale wield a chainsaw for justice is deeply satisfying. Now, thank God that they all had tea earlier, because we learned that Brad is allergic to chamomile tea, and thankfully, Dale finds some.
Is that chamomile tea? Because I can't have that. It fucks with my asthma.
It's Earl Grey.
Oh, I love Earl Grey. That's great.
Just as the supervillain is about to attack, Dale throws the chamomile tea into his face, triggering a massive allergic reaction.
But he'll be okay as long as we get him his inhaler. Oh!
Naturally, Chad plummets out of the barn mid-anaphylaxis and dies in true horror fashion. With the murders now over, the media spins the entire bloody mess as a mass suicide and pins the chaos on Brad. Tucker ends up in the hospital to, get better, and Dale visits him looking like he is ready for a date. Tucker ends up in the hospital waiting to get his fingers reattached. That one definitely belongs to a woman, and Dale visits him looking like he is about ready to go on a date. Also, he brings his best bud all of the hospital essentials.
Oh, buddy.
That's a PBR, buddy.
That's a thing of beauty.
It's cold, too, should be. What else I got you? A bendy straw, your favorite sipping utensil. There you go.
So that's right. Tucker gets his fingers back, and Dale ends up getting Allie. It's adorable. And yes, I did in fact cry when they kissed. I am a giant wuss. Leave me alone. Of course, underneath all of the gore and misunderstandings, this is a rom-com buddy comedy. It's all about loving who you love. It's Dale and Allie bonding over digging their poop hole, playing board games, and sipping on tea while surrounded by chaos. Their romance works because it's sincere. Dale thinks that he is too dumb and ugly for a girl like her, but she sees only his kindness. By the end, he chainsaws his way into her heart. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is the horror comedy that loves horror so much that we all get enchanted by it. It's not laughing at the genre, it's laughing with it. It manages to point out the true silliness of the genre while still delivering genuine tension, gore, and heart. But more importantly, it is a story about kindness and stereotypes, and how better communication could seriously prevent an awful lot of bloodshed. But then again, if these college kids had actually asked questions and communicated instead of screaming and running into sharp objects, we wouldn't have one of the funniest horror movies of the last 20 years. God, this movie is old. The verdict: be safe if you're running through the woods, and never judge a book by its cover. I loved this movie so very much. I loved it when I first saw it, and I have loved it on every single rewatch. If you've never seen this one, you are seriously, seriously missing out. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be disgusted, you'll be scared sometimes even. It really does everything that we want a horror comedy to do. A horror buddy rom-com. There's too many genres are happening. I don't think there's any other movies that are exactly like that. Maybe Fido, which I guess also kind of teaches me not to judge a book by its cover. Anyways, I need to rate this movie out of 7 thumbs up, and I would give this a very easy 7 out of 7 thumbs up. I love this movie. It probably only deserves a 6, but I don't care. I just have fun when I'm watching it. It is a short, sweet slasher film that flips the script in all of the exciting ways that I always want to see. Who doesn't want that? Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on Tucker and Dale vs. Evil down below in the comments, and to like and subscribe and all of the things that I always hate saying and I never say, but I'm saying them right now, so you should do them. I'm going to be a hillbilly. Maybe you'll listen to me then. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.